Hello and welcome to Scientifically Speaking. Today I'm going to show you what every single one of my videos is all about. They are about a double helix vortex to a double helix wave. Now what happens is, in plasma, this is called a heteromach formation, and it does that. Now I'm just going to go back to this one, because it is always everything, all energy, all matter travel creates a vortex, the vortex shoots out, and then when it hits an energy or matter barrier greater than itself, that's called pressure mediation, it must roll over and create two waves from the double helix. Now this can either be leaves, arms, legs, on anything. Now after the wave is produced, it can do two other things. It can create a halo wave, and create a ring. Creates a ring, as in smoke, and many other things. And this is due to pressure mediation. After it has created a halo, it then may produce a sphere, which obviously is world's fruit or anything round. So in these three pictures I've described every process in the world. This is a stem, these are leaves, this is a volcano crater, this is a moon, a sun, or a world. Now I've said that all energy and matter must do this when it meets an energy or matter barrier greater than itself, and I've shown hundreds of videos of this happening, from smoke, water, and basically any other matter. You'd have to go see my videos, there's just so many. But I've covered every force of life, how every biological thing grows, how every non-biological thing is processed, which is mainly this one, in spheres like rocks. That's when the pressure mediation creates a bubble, and that's where you get rocks from. So the whole process, and every single one of my videos states the same thing. It is a vertical vortex to a horizontal wave, and from this wave all things are created. In biology, via an electrical, because all life is electrical, via an electrical coded frequency which tells it the size and shape of everything, in DNA. So DNA is a code of electrical, let's say, volt levels, wattage levels, amplitude levels, to bring into existence the picture described in the fractal DNA, which is like a hologram, which is why you have all your genetic material in every single cell. Which of course, if you knew the voltages of your hand. If you got your hand cut off, you could put it in a machine that would replicate from the wrist all the voltages that would need to be to create this, because all of this is at a different voltage, otherwise it wouldn't get bigger. This is the pressure mediation size of my hand. So if you could put this, let's say, in a bag of blood, and you knew the magnetic frequencies to create a magnetic shaped hand inside this bag of blood, let's just say bag of DNA, and you could implement it with a force of magnets that created the hand shape and every single thing in it, which is an unbelievable amount of information, you could grow a new hand. That's how easy electrical pressure mediation is, as long as it's gone through a coded frequency DNA piece, and you would get a hand. We're not at that technology yet, and if somebody got their hand chopped off and they got it back, they would say it was a miracle if it was performed by somebody from God. Well, miracle is just another word for you don't know how it was done. I know how it was done. It was done using electricity and magnetism, straight through DNA. So miracles are just science we don't understand and right now cannot recreate. So this is the simple premise for how every single thing in the universe is made. And again, I'm going to show a video now of from the hydraulic press channel, where he flattens the snot out of everything with his hydraulic press, because it's quite amusing. And what we're going to see is hydraulic fluid, sorry, not hydraulic fluid, fluid being compressed by the hydraulic press into a square of, it's like a silicone material. I can't remember what it's exactly called, but it's like clear silicone jelly. And what we're going to see, what would you expect to see after reading all this? You see, the pressure mediation of plants isn't a lot. We have the electrical content of the air. That's what it's fighting against. Rings and stuff, that's smoke and water and things like that. When you make them move, you create the wave, which turns into a curled wave. So what we're looking at, the electrical pressure in space is enormous. So if we have an enclosed shape in a box, I expect it to do what this is doing. There's going to be a vortex, then there's going to be a sphere. There's going to be a vortex, it's going to end up being a sphere. Vortex, it'll end up being a sphere. And some of them will be slightly triangular due to the fact that they are a halo wave. And the pressure is forcing upwards, but the pressure is forcing down and around. So I'm expecting a sphere, a sphere, a sphere with a vortex in between them all. Because once you create this sphere and it gets as big as it can due to the pressure mediation situation all around it, it can only do one thing. It must send out a pressure vortex. And once it has done that and reached a matter barrier there, it will then create a wave into a halo wave and into a sphere to create another one. These will get smaller and smaller as they go, the same as my picture from my radiation travel video, which shows that everything does that. And why? Because radiant energy diminishes inversely via the square of the distance. So we know that this is going to go from larger to smaller in some vague way. No, I don't mean vague. I mean, we might get a couple of small ones at the beginning, then you will hit this pressure bubble in the centre, and then these will decrease in size. But what I've always said is, this is going to be a sphere, because it's inside a pressure mediated situation that is greater than itself, and so it must produce a sphere in the end. And it will go from wave to halo wave to sphere. And that is all life. Go outside and have a look. Go have a look at every leaf and every plant, and you'll see it's got two sides. Every leaf has two sides. Why? Because it was rolled up like that, or it was rolled up like that, or it was rolled up like that. I don't know if you can see that. So you got the W wave, the M wave, or the galaxy wave, which if I pulled it around here would be here, and they go in, but leaves curl up like this. They're all double helix, a double wave. And then you can just look at every other different kind of plant and you will be able to figure out vortex to wave leaf. Alright, so let's have a look at the hydraulic press channel.
The following video is shot in high speed. So what do we see? We see a vortex reaches a pressure mediation situation where it can't go any further, creates a halo sphere. Gets to pressure mediation sensitivity, cannot expand any more than full circle, must shoot out a wave. Then comes the halo wave, which drops down to become a sphere. Same process over and over. Pressure mediation, it gets as large as it can, then it will shoot out a higher pressure vortex. This will then create another wave, ring, or sphere. You can even see the outside bulging, and then there's another and another. So there we go. That's the heteromac formation of a hydraulic press through silicone. So the main premise of my channel is energy and matter are separate. Electricity and magnetism are exactly the same thing, but the vortex is a high pressure electrical event and magnetism is a low pressure electrical event, which once electricity goes through matter, it is split up into the magnetic field. Now, it's called electromagnetism because the vertical vortex of electricity has magnetism inside it, and the magnetic wave has electricity inside it. They are reversed. Understand that. Electricity becomes magnetism. Magnetism becomes electricity when you put it through matter. So again, I have successfully shown this theory given to me by God in visions in 2014, and I've made like 700 plus videos over the last 9 years. And again, I am proven correct in how energy and matter travels. Thanks very much. My name is Lee. I follow the Christ. And I'm showing you all the things he showed me. It's all very simple, really. Thanks a lot. Bye.